The book of Acts, chapter 7, and verse 44. Our fathers had the tabernacle of witness in the wilderness, as he had appointed, speaking unto Moses, that he should make it according to the fashion that he had seen, which also our fathers that came after brought in with Joshua into the possession of the Gentiles, whom God Yahweh drave out before the face of our fathers unto the days of David, who found favor before God Yahweh and desired to find a tabernacle for the God of Jacob. But Solomon built him a house. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet Solomon. Heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Isaiah. What house will ye build me, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai? Or what is the place of my rest? Has not my hand made all these things? All praises to Yahweh, by Shema Shai, Bahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that scattered abroad amongst the heathen. Some looking at the heathen. They give it to 144,000. Preacher, teaching, prophet, Shalom. Yeah, as we read, Yahweh Shema Shai does not dwell in temples that are made with hands. All right? He dwells in the heavens of heavens. Right? The earth is his footstool. Heaven is his throne. You got this video right here. Multiple people hurt in a Michigan church. Shooting. So you got the shooting. A man in the southern part of North Carolina, I believe Southport, North Carolina, a man was on the river, came in on a boat shooting people. Now you got the same day, today, in Michigan, in a church in Michigan, it's a shooting. They said one dead for right now and several people hurt. So you see, recently, man, you've been seeing churches get attacked, shot up, on fire, destroyed. But I thought that was the place of the Lord, though. It's not. Y'all worship false gods and false idols. Yahweh Shema Shai does not dwell in temples that's made with hands. The church of Yahweh Shema Shai is the elect of Israel. All right? That's it. That's all. That's the third temple. It's not a physical temple. All right? And this is Ephesians 4. Then we'll play the video. So all of you all, as a matter of fact, you go back to that Acts 7 real quick, because I want to finish off the last couple verses. You so-called Negroes, Native American Indians, Hispanics, Latinos, Jamaicans, and Haitians, and you speckled bird Israelites to the seed line of your father that goes back to one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Hey, regardless of your skin color. Alright? You want to cleave on to Jesus and Christianity and these buildings, talk about the house of the Lord and all this foolishness, right? Well, y'all taking L's left and right. Our Christian pastor told y'all a lie concerning September 23rd and 24th. Now these buildings that's supposed to be y'all safe haven are being shot up. They're being burnt down. And Yahweh Shema Shai is constantly mocking your false God, man, and these false places of worship. When you go back to Isaiah 7 and 51, it says, ye stiff-necked. Matter of fact, I'm going to read it in NLT. Because, hey, this is to the Israelites. All right? It says, you stubborn people, in the NLT, you stubborn people, you are heathen at heart and deaf to the truth. Must you forever resist the Holy Spirit? That's what your ancestors did. And so do you. You see? This is directed towards Israelites, not natural born Gentiles, man, not you heathen. It says, name one prophet. Well, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You see? Ephesians 4, I believe it's 4. Let me see. It's in Ephesians, if I'm not mistaken. Whose body you are. First Corinthians 6 and 19. If I'm not mistaken, I'm almost for certain this one in Ephesians. And let's start at 17. But now this is the book of Corinthians. Paul wrote this epistle to the Israelites in Corinth. But he that is joined unto the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah. Let's start up. My fault. Let's start at verse. Let's start at 13. Meats for the belly and belly for the meats, but God Yahweh shall destroy both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. You see? That's us, the elect, the hopeful elect, seeking to be the elect. And God Yahweh has both raised up the Lord Yahweh Shai, and will also raise up us, the elect of Israel, by his own power. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai? Shall I then take the members of the anointed Hamashiach Yahweh Shai and make them the members of a harlot? God forbid. The members of a harlot, which be an idol, false god. It says what? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body? For two, saith he, shall be one flesh. So you see, you Israelites that want to join to the body of Jesus and Christianity, you are one body. You are a separate church. Okay? So them places you going to worship are harlot houses. You're a prostitute. You're a whore in the spirit. All right? Now us as a whole flesh, we're joined to Yahweh Shema Shai, which is the true church. It says, but he that is joined unto the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is one spirit. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, meaning outside the body, meaning outside the truth, outside of Yahweh Shai. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What? Know ye not that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of God Yahweh, and ye are not your own? For ye are bought with a price, the nation of Israel. And our Lord Yahweh shall die for us, the nation of Israel. Therefore, glorify God Yahweh in your body and in your spirit, which are God's, you see? Which is Yahweh's. Let me see. Church. We probably won't come up like this. Okay, here it is. Ephesians chapter 5, the Wadi Habashimah Shai. And 22, as you see, marriage like Hamashiach Yahweh Shai in the church. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, as unto the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. For the husband is the head of the wife, and as Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body, meaning the elect. The body is the elect of Israel. This is that third temple. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, so let the wives be subject. So let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives, even as Hamashiach Yahweh Shai also loved the church and gave himself for it, the elect, that he might sanctify, set apart, make holy, and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. Now, with all, I'm gonna finish reading, but with all of this being said, if you worship in these harlot houses, churches, Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints, and the First Baptist Church, or wherever city you from, and all of that junk with them 1,000 denominations, how are you protecting when you're getting shot up, burnt up, smoked out, pedophile rings going on, committing adultery, sleeping with the pastor, stealing? That ain't the church of the Lord, man. It's not a safe haven. Come on, man. In a time of stress and struggles, like it says in Psalms 91, dwelling to the secret place of the Most High, dwelling underneath the shadows of the Almighty. This truth is our shield and buckler. Well, why isn't y'all so-called truth your shield and buckler? If y'all claiming to be dwelling in the secret place of the Most High, y'all getting smoked out there, man. Y'all taking L's left and right. Y'all been losing. You see? The only ones winning are us as the hopeful elect of Israel, calling upon the names of Yahweh by Shema Shai. We safe. You see? We out there in the highways and hedges. We ain't getting touched. You know, people come and argue. They used to, but somebody might come out and say something slick, but hey, that's just a part of the territory. Like the brother Malcolm always said, we on the front line. You know? So, hey, somebody might come up and do something silly. Hey, the true service of Yahweh Shema Shai, people come up try to fight us, but the Lord always intervene, cause something to happen to them people right there in front of us, or he'll cause another spirit to come out, take them out, or do something to them. Come on, man. Hey, we get shot at. Bullets don't even graze us, go around us. Come on, man. Still out there preaching. It says, unscathed. It says, so out men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. But no man ever yet hateth his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as the Lord Yahweh Shai the church. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For his cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two be one flesh. Is going to being married into the body, man. Being married to the elect, being married to Yahweh Shai. That's our first priority. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Hamashiach Yahweh Shai in the church, you see. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband, you see. Hey, also that's going into the second most important commandment of all, man. So you see, man, hey, the true church is the elected Israel, the body of Yahweh Shai. With Yahweh Shai being the head, that's been protected and comforted during these times. You see, hey, it's day to day. Okay, it's not something happening periodically. No, it's every day now. 2 times a day now, 3 times a day now. Big things happening, man. What is that? Big things popping, little things stopping. Some whack song T.I. made some years back. Psalms 91 and 1. Security of the one who trusts in the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shai. And this is the elected Israel. That's a part of that church whom the Lord died for. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, Yahweh in whom I will trust. You see that? You see? So you also got these people in these churches, they're going to church with Glock 40s on the hip, knives in their boots, bulletproof vests on, chains on the door, security. Come on, man. Guns don't make you safe. Come on, man. And the men of the Lord out there with no weapons. Without carnal weapons, the only weapons we have, or the weapon that we have, is the Bible, man. Is the Bible. That's our sword. That's our shield and buckler. That's our shield and spear. It says that's our trust and our faith. That's our armor. That's our protection. That's the whole armor of God. We out there with the whole armor of God, man. Which is this word, this truth. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. It says, his truth shall be thy shield and buckler. You see, NLT verse 4. He will cover you with his feathers. He will shelter you with his wings. His faithful promises are your armor and protection. And you could just keep reading that whole chapter, man. It's going into the protection during these troublesome times. And comfort. Multiple people hurt in Chicago. Multiple people hurt in Michigan church shooting. Y'all not the true service of the Lord, man.
We are following some breaking news that you are seeing right now on your screen. Gunshots ringing out at a church in Michigan, leaving multiple people shot as the building is now up in flames. The attack happening at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc. This is a suburb of Flint, Michigan. First responders arrived to a chaotic scene as churchgoers were fleeing from the fire ripping through that sanctuary. Police confirm the shooter is down and say there is no ongoing threat to the public, but investigators are still working to determine how many people were hurt and shot. What led to this violence? We are waiting for an update from police, set to happen any moment now. In the meantime, joining us now to discuss this further is former NYPD officer and president of QVerity Secure, Bill Stanton. Bill, I feel like I talked to you several times following one of these shootings. What are your thoughts and what are you hearing or seeing as it relates to this breaking news in Michigan?
Well, yet again, here we are again, Alicia, on these unfortunate circumstances where we see people going to a house of worship and some misbegotten soul, someone who is obviously mentally ill, feels the need to strike out and be heard. You know, we live in a culture now where people feel it's okay to do violence upon other people, and we have to find a way to end this sooner than later.
Bill, as someone who is formerly of the NYPD, when you think about what investigators are tackling at this moment, because this is not just a shooting where they're trying to pick up evidence, but I imagine some of that evidence is in that building right now that is on fire. What is probably happening on the scene right now?
Well, first things first, they want to know if this is a solo act. I'm assuming it is. They're going to want to properly identify the person. They want to make sure everyone is safe. And then they're going to do the deep dive investigation, getting into his social media, his cyber world, physical evidence, see what led up to this, and if there were people that were sympathetic to this, or if he was just an outlier acting alone that felt the need to strike out, and then obviously what was the motive.
How quickly could we see federal resources deployed there? And I ask that because I understand this is a community of 8,000 people, so I imagine a small kind of police department in the area, and not to say that they are not capable, but they probably typically don't deal with a massive investigation like this is likely going to be. So how quickly could we see federal agents and resources to help understand what led up to this, and if there truly is no ongoing threat?
Well, the FBI has district offices, and if they're not already there now, they're en route. They should be there shortly. But you are absolutely correct. With a population so small, there's only so many resources local police departments have. But what happens with these surrounding small areas, they all support each other. So hopefully they have officers with ex-military, ex-intelligence, etc. So all of this comes into play.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our...
You see, so we already know what the plan is. Here's in the setup. You know, the implement rules and regulations, man, legislation and laws, executive orders. You know, bring forth surveillance, control. You know, order. You know, you see this thing. That's all it is, man. But they doing it. Not saying people aren't getting hurt. Y'all know what it is. And as you got right here. One dead and hundreds hurt.
Here's something most people over 30 don't realize about life insurance. there's a type that pays you.
As you see, 1 dead and hundreds trapped after suspect opens fire in church in Michigan and building set ablaze. All right, so it was shot up, then it was burned. All right, and then, people can die from smoke inhalation, man. All right, now let's get this other video with the shooting in North Carolina real quick. Here it is: 3 dead, 8 hurt in North Carolina mass shooting. Check this out. So we know what it is.
New this morning, 3 people are dead and 8 others are hurt in a mass shooting at a North Carolina waterfront restaurant. This happened around 10 o'clock last night in Southport, which is about 40 minutes south of Wilmington. According to NBC News, someone on a boat opened fire on people dining at the marina. We're told the shooter fled toward the nearby intra-coastal waterway, and police questioned the person of interest. Right now, we're still working to learn the conditions of those injured in the shooting. Of course, this is a story we will continue to follow and share updates both on air and online at WTHR.com.
There you have it. All right, there you have it, man. Let's see. Let's get another one. He was on a boat. Yep, right there. This is what they're saying. Boat shooter. Police update 3 hours ago. Yeah, he looked like he did it.
Breaking news right here. This is tragic. It's kind of home, close to me, in North Carolina and Southport. This is in the coastal area of North Carolina. There's been 3 people unalived and 8 wounded, as we know of right now. And this all happened right after, immediately right after this thing just opened up. It says that a gunman pulled up in a boat in the American Fish Company restaurant dock at North Carolina coastal town Southport yacht basis Saturday night, which was, by the way, this is breaking. This just happened. 3 people unalive, wounding 8 others to a city. The shooter escaped via the intercoastal waterway. However, a person of interest was being interviewed according to the thing. I have a possible suspect right here. This thing just opened up. I think it was opened up today. Seen from there, it says, let me see, American Fish Company. It says this is their thing. It says here, the wait is over. American Fish Company officially opens this Saturday at 12 p.m. So grab your shade, rally the crew, and get ready. Kick back for a cold drink on the deck. This is supposed to be a family get-together where a bunch of people, everybody have a good time, a gathering of people. Let me show you the image of the alleged person right here. This is what I've found so far. It's dude's former military, by the way. Active shooter in Southport, 3 alive, 2 airlifted, multiple other injuries. This was aired recently, so I've got still a transpiring event. But the alleged suspect is former military and local resident and in custody of the U.S. Coast Guard. Suspect name is Nigel Edge. This is alleged. I don't know if this is the dude for sure or not, but this is what I've got so far. So being he's former military and all this, I'm just going to start doing my speculations and put my spidey sense on. This is going to be the left's way of saying, look, MAGA violence, MAGA military. We've seen other military violence as well when it was those guy, he had converted to Muslim and all this stuff, and he was nowhere at all MAGA. So I don't know what's going to happen here. But the other side of the aisle is trying to pin some kind of right-wing violence. They want to say, look at the right-wing extremists we've been telling you about for so long. We told you it exists. Here we found the guy. We found a right-wing extremist. I don't know what this dude's affiliation is politically, what his mindset is. I don't know anything about the guy. If this is the guy, this is what's being alleged at the moment. But I do know this, and I'll make myself big, and I'm going to give you one little more opinion piece. I'll wrap it up real quick. This is breaking. This is just happening. The agenda of the powers that be want a society scared and in fear and constantly under threat. They don't want gatherings of people having a good time. They want people to be afraid to just get together and do anything. And this is all a big start. This is how like other countries live right now and have all this terrorist activity and gang activity and everything that keeps people in their house and afraid to assemble and afraid to be out and about, afraid to have a good time, afraid to kick back and enjoy a drink. A lot of these places are set up to where people constantly live a stress-filled, fear-filled, day-to-day basis of just barely surviving. And what that is a third world goal for America in general. They want all of America to be completely and not only small little sections able to be somewhat stable for the elites. Everybody else is going to live in turmoil. And it's a long road to get there, but if they keep pushing people in crazy directions with all the inundation of media and indoctrination in schools, political division, racial division, they'll get there. They'll get what they want. They'll get people afraid to go outside and do anything. And this is one step in that direction. I don't know what's going to happen with this guy, but I'm getting a breaking article out, and we'll see what happens in the morning. I'll report more on this when I hear. But I just got done doing a live, my late night peace stream, and a commenter said, "Hey, check this out." So I'm looking into it, and I'm bringing out what I know so far. Pray for all the people, and pray this doesn't get any worse. Pray we can turn this country around. Thank you.
That's not gonna happen.
I had to wait 6 months.
And there ain't no praying for these people, no America. But you heard what the man said at the end. It's all about chaos and fear. Have people begging for some order. All right. So just be ready for the ride coming. It's gonna be nothing but chaos, man. All right, nothing but chaos. I just wanted to hit this real quick through the spirit of power. Yahweh Shema Shalom. Say prayer up in the names of Yahweh Shema Shalom.